I'm Frank, and this is, but let's face it, the original art for R. Crumb cover went up for auction and sold for $717,000. The Herb Trimpe page with the first appearance of Wolverine got $657,000, and a splash page from Dark Knight issue 3 sold for $478K. Some sequential pages by Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko have passed the six-figure mark as well. Although the explosion of the original comic art market has been surprising, there's an argument to be made that we should have seen it coming. The internet is a wonderful place to view images, and comic art gets tons of exposure from it. As soon as the doors open at comic book conventions, the top comic book artists get mobbed with commission requests. If you think I'm overstating this, go to a con and try and get on Art Adams or J. Scott Campbell's sketch list and let me know how that works out for you. There's a lot of bad trends in fandom. Booth babes, hologram covers, ridiculously expansive crossovers, Twilight, Pogs. But let's face it, the huge interest in original comic art is wonderful. Jack Kirby had epic struggles to get his original art back, and all comic artists reap the rewards from that fight today. Artists can make money twice on their work. Once from publishers, and then again from selling the pages directly themselves or through a rep. Yeah, prices might be high and going up, but the result of that is cash going directly into the hands of artists. Not only is this a good trend in the history of comics, it's a good trend in the history of art. Jacques-Louis David struggled endlessly to get paid for his commissions by Napoleon, but I'm certain if Felix Comic Art had repped him after the Revolution, he could have gotten him paid in advance. Original published art is such a hot market that collectors who can't afford these pages go after commissions from the artists who did them. And this is an exploding market as well, both at conventions and in studio. Frank Cho is charging $2K for full-figure commissions, and he's getting it, or more accurately, his ex-wife is. So you've got a situation where hot artists are getting great money for their work, and newer, less well-known artists are peddling their wares saying, "Hey, I'm great too, you should buy stuff from me as well." You know who wins in this scenario? Everybody. Any big name artist starts phoning it in, and that stuff is going to get posted on CAF and the Sketch Prices group on Facebook, where it will receive an avalanche of critical comments. Some unknown can do better, that will get posted too, and interest will spike. Although the market is real and sketch prices are not artificial, I don't believe artists are simply out for cash. Part of the reason artists charge more and more for sketches is that when they are nice about it and do something for free or cheap, they see it on eBay that night. But again, any market force that results in artists getting money is a good thing in my book. The only hesitation I have with the whole trend is that the highest paid, hottest artists are also the ones who draw sexy women well. And that fuels a lot of commission requests. Look, I like looking at a sexy picture of Black Canary as much as the next guy, but art doesn't begin and end with cheesecake pinups. A big question is if more and more comic art becomes digital, will the original comic art market dry up? This seems like a distinct possibility, as if there are no pieces of paper with pencil and ink on them, there's nothing to buy. But if this does turn out to be the case, if the speed of working digitally outweighs the profit an artist can make selling their pages, so be it. It will be a decision that artists make with their eyes open. How long will this trend last and where will it go? It's really tough to tell, but let's stop and smell the roses. Comic art is super hot right now, and this is a good thing because, let's face it, much of fandom rests on the back of comic book artists who have slaved away at their drawing boards, so more power to them.